Lisa?
I did not go to PlantCon. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that you're here. She'll be taking your plant questions. Of course, you know Lisa
I've
Briggs
got
from the
too
Bruce
much
Company.
Christmas to do to go to a plant
busy. You're
convention.
always gone.
Yeah,
Your office is probably all decorated and lit up.
My office is not. There's paper everywhere and boxes of things. But the store is all decorated.
Yeah.
The store looks good. My office is a scary place.
That's okay, no judgment. I know how that goes. Okay, so we do have some questions here. So Amy from Stoughton says, I see people planting freshly sawed stumps this time of year to keep them from keep them from growing back. What's the best thing to use for invasives like buckthorn?
So there are a couple of things you can use. One is called Stump Kill.
That's easy to remember.
I know, right? And what it does is it just gets into the vascular system. There's one that you can paint on, which is good for small things like, you know, cutting buckthorn. The other one is for bigger stumps, is a powder, and you drill holes in and then put the powder in and sort of wash it in. But it's very effective at killing the roots.
Okay.
So, and
What if
preventing new growth from coming
You
up.
need to do something. What if you do nothing?
You just clip them back all the time,
Okay.
and gradually the stump will fall apart and rot. And
Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right,
not necessary, but depends on how neat you are about your garden.
I think it must be the season because we've got a couple stump
Yeah, we
questions
do.
today. But first, Jenny asks whether it's too late to bring in her Mandevilla plant.
So Mandevilla, or some people call Mandevilla, is a tropical plant. And so if your Mandevilla or Mandevilla looks good, like the leaves are still looking good, and there's no sign of cold damage, then yes, bring it in. By all means, bring it in. Anybody who has any tropicals left outside that they want to save, they should bring them in. We've been talking about treating them before you bring them in. It's a moot point now, but you're going to want to bring it into the house, put it in your bathtub or a sink. Use insecticidal soap to kill any insects that are on the plant, and then be sure to use a systemic to kill any larvae or eggs that are in the potting mix.
Okay.
Well, back to the stump beat. Marcia says she had a tree removed several years ago and had the stump removed. Grass in that stump area is growing well, but she's also finding mushrooms are growing there.
Yes.
How'd she get rid of those?
So they used to be called fairy rings.
Yeah.
And when they remove a stump, mostly they're grinding it out. And so what they do is they get a big grinder and they grind it to about 6 inches deep. And the roots are still there. And as the roots aren't going, things that are in the soil are sort of, you know, rotting those roots. And that active decay causes mushrooms to grow. So generally it can be exacerbated if your yard is really wet, like if it's a low spot. There's not really anything you can do, because anything that you would put down that would kill the mushroom growth might also harm her lawn. So she could just, you know, rake them up and throw them away. It'll be fine. Eventually, they'll go away if you just think about them as fairy rings.
Yes,
then it's
exactly.
kind of a lot more
Magical.
attractive, right? And magical. There you go.
Well,
Just
Sue-
change your perspective.
That's a good idea. Sue says she has a calla lily and she hasn't taken the bulbs out yet. Will they be okay?
Probably. It hasn't been that cold yet. Calla lilies can overwinter in the ground in Wisconsin. I've seen it happen, but they don't often flower. So if you want them to flower, you'll want to dig them up and bring them in, just like you would with any other summer blooming bulb that you have. Begonias, cannas, dahlias, all of those things should come in and be stored for the winter.
Alex had a good question. Do you have to cover your fall mums?
It depends on what they're like. If they're out in the middle of the yard, I would just throw a floating row cover or a pot that you have, or a bushel basket over the top, just to keep the frost off. It won't hurt the plant, but it might singe the flowers a little bit. If it's up close to the house and in a container, you can bring it like under an overhang or drag it into your garage for the night. We still have nicer weather coming up, and if they're in bloom, you might as well enjoy them.
Yeah.
So
Whether it's mums or stumps, you can't stump Lisa.
No, you can't. Thanks for your questions, everybody. Good to see you, Lisa.
good to see you guys
next time.
too.